Forks Tower?
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Have you ever hung out with someone for the first time and became best friends in a matter of a few hours? I can honestly say that's never happened to me in person, but it did happen with Firewatch, an adventure game developed by Campa Santo and published in 2016 by the developer in partnership with Panic.
I've been having a horrible time.
When I played Firewatch, I was in a down point in my life, having just finalized my divorce. My health wasn't great, and I was in that awkward post-breakup phase where I didn't know where I stood with my friends. But I knew where I stood with adventure games, so I turned to what I was comfortable with, something that I hadn't done in many years. I'd recently heard about this newer style of narrative adventures. In particular, I heard about a game called Firewatch. I saw a trailer video for the game and I was immediately entranced by the beauty and the feeling of peace that I felt while watching the character explore the outdoors.
Really picking up.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know it at the time, but I'd just been pulled back into the comforting familiarity of my oldest friend. That friend is adventure gaming. When the trailer ended, I immediately replayed it. Then I went and checked some more gameplay footage. I sat there and tried not to move. I felt peaceful. I felt relaxed. I felt euphoric. Feelings that I no longer recognized at the time. So I downloaded the game. Once I started it up, I felt a bit nervous. I was worried that I was going to be let down. I didn't think that I was going to be able to recreate that feeling of euphoria that the trailer had triggered. But you know what? It came back easily. Every once in a while, some chemical, cosmic reaction fires in our brains. Some combination of emotional state fuses together with something in the physical environment to give us a gift. A set of atmospheric sounds, the tone of a soft voice, something visual. Well, Firewatch had that magic pill at the perfect time. Over the next hour, I just spent time slowly walking around, taking everything in. I'd never fallen so in love with something so new, so fast, and I can honestly say that to this day, I still love this game. In this video, I'm gonna try to bring us closer to the fire. I'm going to try to explain what Firewatch is and what I think makes Firewatch so magical. And don't worry, this will only be a Cliff Notes version. I know a lot of people have things to do, like, playing Firewatch for the second or third time. So what is Firewatch? Well, to better understand what the game is, it's best to understand where the game came from. Firewatch was written and designed by Campa Santo co-founder, our friend and former colleague, Jake Rockin. Jake made his name in the industry by being one of the project leads and writers for some of the great Telltale games, including the acclaimed The Walking Dead series. Well, Jake took the inspiration from that series and mastered it with Firewatch. It's a more beautiful, better written version of the Walking Dead games. Oh, and did I mention that there's no pesky quick time decisions?
Over here!
I hate to use the popular term walking simulator. It sounds so derogatory, but let's face it, that's what these games are known for. So far be it for me to try to change that. And it does actually suit the description of Firewatch well. Ultimately, it's a story-driven game that will have you, or Henry, exploring the gorgeous backwoods of Wyoming in 1989. Exploration is key, and by God, there's a healthy amount of interesting places and scenery to explore. You're looking through the eyes of Henry, also called Rich, in a first-person view. You're listening to the incredible environment through his ears and talking in a walkie-talkie to Delilah, another lookout and romantic interest. Or is she? You don't collect inventory. You don't have a HUD. All you have is a radio, a compass, and your 2 feet. And sometimes you're back. And as you might imagine, things are gonna go wrong. Or are they? Aside from a few interactions, you're all alone, with the exception of that lovely radio communication. And you're trying to solve the mysteries of the forest. These mysteries include strange occurrences, hidden secrets, and a sense of impending danger. The game balances the exploration of the serene environment with moments of tension and suspense, keeping you engaged and intrigued. And make no mistake, I was engaged and intrigued the whole way through. In order to make a good walking simulator, you have to have all of the ingredients. It's like baking a cake. If you leave out the eggs, it's gonna be bad. I like to think of a walking simulator as confetti cake batter cookies, because they also just take 4 ingredients to create. First and foremost, you need a good story. Firewatch hits that perfectly, and you don't even know it. You're given the setting and nudged in the right direction, but you're making the story as you go. It's a mature, choose-your-own-adventure book. Your choices and your interactions with Delilah will not only guide you along the way, but they're your lifeline, the things that keep us invested in the adventure. Second ingredient, you need a good atmosphere, something to keep you interested, something that's going to make you enjoy what you see and hear. The graphics in Firewatch combine a realistic approach with the artistic stylization, resulting in a visually captivating experience. The attention to detail, vibrant colors, and atmospheric lighting contribute to the game's immersive and memorable visuals. The audio quality in Firewatch is of the highest standard, contributing significantly to the immersive and atmospheric experience of the game. Campa Santo paid careful attention to sound design and audio elements to enhance the environment and the narrative. Third, you need good characters. Fourth, is that the game has to have well-written dialogue. Those third and fourth ingredients are what made Firewatch so special to me.
Donkey?
I was kidding.
No, you were not. You're sweet, but we can't call it the Delilah Fire.
Okay, what then?
How about my middle name, June?
The June Fire, even though it's July.
I like it.
Somehow, some way, Firewatch was able to make me fall in love with Delilah almost from the beginning. Hers was a voice that kept me feeling not so lonely in a very lonely time. Somehow, for the handful of hours that it took me to complete Firewatch, I didn't feel as lonely as I was outside of the game. The back and forth between you and Delilah felt like the early days in a good relationship. You know, the days where every message back and forth was met with an exciting feeling in your stomach. Every phone call was exciting, not awkward, not overly flirtatious. It was just meaningful. If you had a bad day at work, it's okay because it will be better soon. In Firewatch, that's what you have. Good times and bad days, and the knowledge that that one little click of a radio button will offer you relief. A hit of dopamine, or as I mentioned at the beginning, euphoria. Firewatch knows what it is. It embraces it as hard as possible, and it has earned worldwide acclaim for it, despite being a truly indie narrative game. Time and again, I go back and visit Delilah, and it never really loses that magic. I'm glad that Firewatch never gave us another chapter. No matter how many times that other game devs have tried to replicate it, they all fail to add the proper ingredients, or they add too much. You just can't replicate perfection. Thank you for watching my video.